The reason that you get your ends trimmed is not so that your hair can grow. False. The reason that you get your ends trimmed is because as your hair grows, you will not see the true length and retain the true length of your hair without getting your ends trimmed. Reason being is that if you have split ends, the only way to get rid of them, I repeat, the only way to get rid of split ends is to cut them. Now, if your hair is growing, which your hair should be growing, if you have split ends, the split is just going to travel further up the hair shaft. So all the hair growth that you're experiencing is not going to be healthy hair because your hair is splitting. So you need to get your ends trimmed at least every 6 to 8 weeks, depending on how fast your hair grows, to maintain the growth and the length that you are actually getting. Once you get your hair trimmed regularly, whether that is initially you may need to do an actual cut instead of a trim, depending on the health of your hair. But once you start getting regular trims and regular maintenance, you will see that your hair will actually, the length that you're getting from the growth will actually be retained and healthy at the bottom and at the ends, and you won't have to, get it all cut off. Initially, depending on the health of your hair, especially if you haven't had a trim in a long time, you may have to actually get a haircut. So don't be shocked when your stylist tells you, you need to cut this off. Because a good stylist will, after they blow dry your hair, after they press it out, they'll show you what needs to be cut. From there, you can make that decision of how much you want to cut. Maybe you might need 2 or 3 inches cut off. You're not ready to do that. Okay, no problem. We can start with a 1/2 inch or 1 inch and work your way up. But that means that instead of waiting 6 to 8 weeks between a trim, you probably would go every 4 weeks to get a trim until you get that unhealthy hair off. But it would be best to if you go to a stylist and you see that they're being honest with you, they're being reasonable with you, they're telling you the truth, and actually showing you where your hair is splitting, baby, that first time, just go ahead and get what you need to get cut, okay? Because again, with split ends, they're just going to continue to split. So if you may need 3 inches cut off and you only do a 1/2 inch or 1 inch that first time, while your stylist can work with you, please understand that their hair is still going to continue to split up the shaft, right? So it's best to, how they say, do it right the first time. Just do it the first time, honestly, in my opinion. But I understand everybody's not ready for that. So as a stylist, I will not force you to get a more trimmed off or more cut off than you are ready to. But this is the understanding behind trims. I know there's a lot of myths out there, a lot of misinformation, but getting your ends trimmed does not help your hair grow. It helps the growth that you are seeing to actually be retained because the ends of your hair are healthy and it's not splitting up the hair shaft, eventually causing you to actually have to get a haircut. Okay? Hope that helps.